Memory is not a single unified system, but a collection of distinct processes. Encoding transforms experience into neural representation. Storage retains information over time. Retrieval accesses stored information when needed. Failures at any stage produce forgetting, each with its own causes and characteristics. Explicit memory involves conscious recollection. Episodic memory stores personal experiences, what happened to you, and when. Semantic memory stores general knowledge, facts, concepts, word meanings. Both types depend critically on the hippocampus for initial encoding and consolidation. Implicit memory operates below conscious awareness. Procedural memory stores skills, how to swim, type, or drive. Conditioning creates implicit emotional and motor responses. Remarkably, patients with hippocampal damage lose explicit memory entirely while retaining intact implicit memory. The two systems are genuinely separate. Patient H.M. Henry Molaison had his hippocampus surgically removed to treat severe epilepsy. He could no longer form any new explicit memories. Events from seconds ago were immediately forgotten. Yet he learned new motor skills and showed normal conditioning, proving the hippocampus is specific to explicit memory. Levels of processing theory holds that memory strength depends on depth of encoding. Shallow processing, noticing a word's font, creates weak, short-lived traces. Deep semantic processing, thinking about a word's meaning, linking it to personal experience, creates rich, durable memories that are far more easily retrieved. Elaborative rehearsal means actively connecting new information to knowledge you already have. Instead of simply repeating a fact, you ask how it relates to what you know, why it makes sense, and where it fits in the larger picture. This active elaboration dramatically improves both encoding and later retrieval. The spacing effect is one of cognitive psychology's most robust findings. Studying material distributed over time produces far better long-term retention than the equivalent time spent in one cramming session. Yet students consistently prefer massed practice because it feels more fluent, a dangerous illusion. Encoding specificity means that memories are stored with their context, the physical environment, emotional state, and surrounding information present at encoding. Retrieval succeeds best when the retrieval context reinstates the encoding context. Studying in the same room where you'll be tested provides a genuine memory advantage. Hermann Ebbinghaus mapped the forgetting curve by memorizing nonsense syllables and testing himself over time. Memory declined steeply in the first hours after learning, then leveled off. Most forgetting happens quickly, but what survives the initial drop tends to persist for much longer. Interference is a major cause of forgetting. Proactive interference occurs when older memories disrupt recall of newer ones. Your old password interferes with your new one. Retroactive interference occurs when new learning disrupts recall of older material. Both forms reduce retrieval accuracy. Retrieval failure explains the tip of the tongue phenomenon. You know the information is stored, you can feel it, but you cannot access it. The information hasn't been lost. The right retrieval cue is missing. Providing a first letter or related concept is often enough to trigger successful retrieval. Motivated forgetting suggests that we may unconsciously repress or consciously suppress memories that are threatening or painful. The evidence for true repression is contested, but suppression, deliberately trying not to think about something, can paradoxically increase intrusive thoughts about that material. Memory is not a recording that you play back, it is a reconstruction. Each time you retrieve a memory, you rebuild it from stored fragments and fill gaps with current knowledge, expectations, and reasoning. This process makes memory flexible and useful, but also vulnerable to distortion. Elizabeth Loftus demonstrated the misinformation effect. Information encountered after an event can be incorporated into the memory of that event, altering it. Witnesses who heard a leading question containing false information later misremembered the event to match the false suggestion with full confidence. The unreliability of eyewitness testimony is among psychology's most important practical contributions. DNA exoneration cases show that eyewitness misidentification is the leading cause of wrongful convictions. Witness confidence is a particularly poor indicator of accuracy. People can be completely wrong and absolutely certain.